welcome back to Square Max Customs. We're gonna see if we can get this thing off the ground a little bit, put the tires on these caster things. That way we can roll this around a little bit. I hope y'all had a great week. I appreciate y'all coming back for another episode. Boom, back's all set up. Well, that'll make life easier. Now we just slide her where we want her. Sometimes you gotta think outside the box, or maybe you gotta think with the box. I don't know. Either way, cardboard aided design for the win again. I think we're gonna start by getting this bumper off because, well, it needs a bunch of work and we might as well take it off if we're this far. There is an access hole on the other side of the frame where you can send a socket and a extension in, but you can also get your hand in right here, so. So they put these really cool pieces of threaded rod on here. I'm guessing the previous guy that built it to help give it a little bumper support. The only problem is this one literally runs all the way through the frame, both sides of the frame. And I'm guessing he put them on afterwards and welded them. The reason I say that is because I can't pull the bumper this way and I can't pull the bumper this way to get it off. So it's sort of like sandwiched in there. And well, you can't take this bumper apart because they turned it into a one piece 40, 50 years ago. And well, so I started to unhook some of the wiring and it's not very desirable. This was wired up into here and this was wired up into there and this end of it was just dangling out. So then I followed this red wire and it runs through the loom. Here it is on the bottom. It runs up. Yeah, I thought it went to the alternator, but it don't. Here it is again, and it keeps running. And then it's this bottom wire here, which is the wire sitting on top of my column there. So then I came inside. I'll start playing all up under here, tracing all the red wires all over. Yeah, there's a lot of red wires. Well, right here's that red wire. So we don't have to worry about that one right now. I guess we're gonna have to get a wiring harness for this car, or build one. I don't know, we'll figure that out when the time comes. But I'm gonna cut this, and I'm gonna cut this, and then the bumper's just gonna go bloop. So I thought about it for about 30 seconds. And I think this will be our holder. What are you looking at? Yeah, that's gonna be our helper. That'll hold this side of the bumper up. And then I think if we just cut this one, right here, and we should be able to walk it out that way. I don't know. Ready, set, cover your ears. So let's see if it works. It should be fine, I don't know. Well, that didn't work how planned. Boom! Oops! You think we screwed the grill up? Oh, I hope not. No, it's old school chrome. You can't screw it up. Look, I told you it would work. We just had a little mishap in process. It's all about the process. Right there was what was killing us. How are we gonna get that out of there? It went all the way through the frame. Hey, that looks pretty solid, huh? That's nice. I believe we got it all unbolted. Oh, I had a bunch of shims on it. Oh, and for anybody wondering, nothing's been different. We're still getting all sorts of different bolts and nuts, and whatever they had they could put it together is what they used. It's actually pretty clean up in there, huh? That's just flake. It's nothing. The frame's solid so far. And we should probably remember that there's 2 shims on each of this. So when I go to put the core support on and I can't figure out why nothing bolts up, make sure you all leave me a comment that says, hey dude, shim, shim, shim. Thank you. Well, I mean, we went this far, we might as well pull the engine out, right? It'd almost be silly not to pull the engine out. Plus, don't get mad at me, but I'm really not an orange guy. I don't really like orange. So, it only makes sense to take the engine and transmission out now. So, I guess... Oh, would you look at that? I found an engine hoist. Oh, well, I've had it. I'm gonna have to get Mrs. Max out here because, well, it goes down as fast as you pump it up. But sometimes you gotta work with what you got. What a nice radiator. I'm gonna say we got lucky because, well, our core support, she looks rather solid. She's got a little bit of surface here that we'll be able to wire wheel down, but all of this looks solid. So this looks like we gotta wire wheel it and, well, spray some fresh paint on it. For anybody wondering, I drained the coolant last night when I got home before I went inside quick, so I didn't have to deal with it today. And all of it came out freaking green, nice and green, no sludge, super clean. We didn't go so lucky with our battery tray. And, well, some of you might be upset with me, but a while ago I sold a pickup truck and the feller said he had a Tri-5 battery tray that he brought me. I don't know if it's the same yet, but we're not gonna have to make that because, well, we were donated one. We'll worry about that in the future. Let's, here's another thing is I've never pulled an engine out that had the 4 mounts, you know, where this one's got 1 mount on the front here, 1 mount here, and then the same thing in the back. They bolt to the bell housing. Give me a second, let's get the flashlight for anybody that don't know. Is this, you see the mount way down there? There's one on each side that bolt to the bell housing. Now, most newer vehicles just have 2 engine mounts that bolt about 3/4 of the way down the engine. Right here would be where the normal ones would bolt. Well, not normal, this is just, it's older. So that's pretty cool. It's gonna be super easy to get to the front mounts. And we put the thing on casters, so I'll be able to slide under it. All right, that's enough ranting. Let's get back to work. I'm freaking down here on my belly. There ain't much room under here. One day I'll have a lift. Well, I need a bigger shop before I have a lift. I don't know, we'll see. It always sucks too because it's hard to record for you all. And it's dark. I could slide a light under, but there's not enough room for the camera really to get good footage. These things are unscrewing surprisingly way better than I thought. I was like, nah, these ain't just gonna come out nice and easy. Just like the rest of the car. Oh, I was on fast play, but half of the bolts and nuts from the front of the car were literally like hand tight. Yeah, mind-boggling. Including the bumper. 2 of the bumper bolts were hand tight. Crazy, right? Right. She got air shocks. Well, they're probably not no good no more. I'm surprised the bottom of the freaking car rusted out. There's so much freaking grease buildup. Okay, we're gonna have to get the top off And then we'll be able to slide this U-joint holder out and pull the drive shaft out. But that's what I'm working on. I'll get back to you when it's out. Don't forget to wrap your U-joints with black tape. That way your caps don't fall off. And let me tell you right now, if you don't want to lose these, make sure you put them back on. Otherwise, when you go to put this all back together, you're going to be like, Well, I think next we got to pull, well, we still got to pull the drive shaft, but we might as well pull the freaking exhaust muffler right here. That way we can get under there better. And I'm pretty sure that the motor's not going to come out with the headers on it, so cover your ears. Swivel head for the win. Look at. Woo, woo. Oh. Yeah. Is that a cherry bomb welded to a header flange? That's what it looks like to me. Yeah, look at it. A red cherry bomb too. It would have been cool if it was an old purple one or something. What were they called? It don't matter. All right, I'm gonna get, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get under there, clean my nuts up so I don't lose them. All right, first, I wanna apologize if any of you hear a buzzing noise in the background. That's the freaking AC because it's been in 95-ish degrees here in Florida the last 3 days in a row, 4 days in a row, and well, I need the AC. Two, I know this flashlight isn't the best to show stuff, but what are these little sacks? What kind of animal lives in there? Spider sacks or what? Well, that's not creepy or nothing. I just went to reach for one of my tools and I was like, what the heck are all them little sacks? Oh well, let's not think about that. Let's get the drive shaft out. Woohoo! Blinded! Oh, hey! We got to the drive shaft! Yeah, baby! Oh no! Oh, our cap fell off! We didn't use enough black tape! Oh no! Ooh, one of our needles fell down. It's fine. It's only one. We got time. We can fix it. Well, guess what? The AC's not on anymore because it's raining outside and it brought the temperature way down, so that's cool, but I apologize for the rain noise. Headers they're always fun to get off, huh? Like, you gotta get the wrench way in there, and a little turn here and a little turn there, and same thing with that one, you can barely get on it. And you're lucky if maybe you can get a socket on the center too, if you're really, really, really lucky, most likely not. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is I'm gonna put you on fast play and I'm gonna unbolt the headers. Look at that, you can still read the gasket. Ultra Seal gasket. Any of y'all remember putting these in? Do they still make them? I don't know. I don't really pay enough attention to the names of stuff, so. Ooh, don't set that up on the freaking body. It's all greasy. Well, I'm not sure if this is going to come out with the starter in. It's definitely don't look like it's going to come out with the spark plugs in. So I guess I'll pull the spark plugs quick on this side. I could probably leave them in and leave the headers just free floating. That way once we unbolt the engine and start going up, but I might as well just pull the spark plugs. Spark plugs are not cheap anymore, so I'll pull them and put them to the side. Once we get this out, then we'll put the spark plugs back in because It's not like you can buy them for $1.25 anymore. I remember being 16, it was like 25 bucks for a whole tune-up. Like, I mean, plug wires, rotor button, and spark plugs. Boy, have the times changed. Either way, I'm gonna get these plugs out. Well, I figured we came this far. Might as well just pull the starter out. At this point, it's only 2 bolts. I think it's supposed to be 3, but it only had 2 in it when we took it out the first time, so that's all it's getting now. Do you think the header will come out finally? There's nothing really for it to hit on anymore. Oh, I also got rid of the rest of the freaking hoses. I should have just got rid of all those heater hoses in the first place because we got to clean the firewall up either way. Still gonna hit. I thought it was just gonna come right out. I guess I should have watched a few more episodes of DD Speed Shop. All right. Well, we're close. Woo! Oh my God, why has it got to fight you so bad? I didn't want to screw them up too much because they're actually not all beat up. We'll see how the driver's side is. That's the one that's pinched up against the steering box. Well, she's really starting to look naked, huh? I got the rear 2 engine mounts out, tranny mounts, whatever you want to call them, because it's not like it's got a tranny cross member, so I guess you could, get out of the way. I guess you could call them engine mounts / tranny mounts. I don't know, I haven't looked them up yet, but obviously they're not supposed to be in 2 pieces. So that's fine. See, we had to take it apart anyways because we had to replace all the bad stuff. Now, I'll show you something for the ones that, you know, fight this. Where are we? Look it. Oh, not that one. I already did that one. Look, your bolt, it won't fit through. It's too small. Well, instead of fighting these things forever, just grab yourself a, watch, ears. What? One hit? Yeah, what? Oof, look at that. One little tap. Alright. Don't say I ain't ever teach you nothing. So, you should probably never do this. But I figured it would be fine going in the manifold freaking spot. I mean, they pull them from the carburetor studs, and those are like 1/4 the size. So, we're gonna try this. If it seems like it's not good and it's a bad idea, well, we'll find out together is what I'm trying to tell you. Also, just calm down. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Unfortunately, well, I went to take the coolant temp sense out quick because I believe that's the only thing we have left and it broke. But luckily, it was in a fitting and the line's long enough that I think we're gonna be able to turn it all the way around, get it out, and it'll be perfectly fine. Yeah, look at that. And we'll be able to reuse it. We won't have to buy a new one. It'll be fine. Do you think... That scared me. Whew. We need a new antenna thing. We broke that on another episode. Well, it's not our fault. Everything's so freaking... It's just fragile. It's old and chimsy. Do you think we'll be able to fit this Hirsch shifter down through the floor without... Look at that shifter knob. So freaking cool, huh? Yeah? Will we be able to fit this down through the floor without taking it off? I guess you all get to be happy finally. You all been bugging me to get rid of this freaking... You did such a good job on the floor. Why don't you fix that spot? Well, that spot didn't really bother me. And I mean, I was going to leave some of the original work from the original guy that did it just, you know, for a memory. But I guess if we have to freaking take it off, we'll make a better patch for it when we put it back on. So, but what was the main question? Oh, the question was, do you think that's going to slide down through the hole? Or do I have to take the freaking thing off the side of the transmission? Either way, I think we're all set. I'll probably drill out that freaking patch quick just so it's out of the way. Plus it'll give us a reason that we'll have to remake it and make it a little better. Everything else I think is disconnected. The speedo cable's all undone. The engine mounts are all undone. I'm hoping what we can do is we can lower the jack for the transmission. I just got a regular jack down there. And that'll hopefully bring it down far enough to get it through the floor. And then we'll slowly sneak it forward. So I don't have no help, and this thing likes to go down as fast as you pump it up, but it's you can't worry about everything. You just got to go for it sometimes. Do you think this will be fine? Yeah, it'll be fine. Well, I hope it'll be fine. It should be fine. Let's not worry about it. I should probably pull the rest of the front motor mounts off. So I pulled the motor mount itself off of the engine, but I should probably pull the rest of the stud out of the frame. That would give you a little more clearance, huh, Max? Yeah, I know. It'll be fine though. We took enough other stuff off. So I think if I had a helping hand for a second, I could probably hold that down and we could probably do it. But it's looking like I'm gonna have to take this off. Maybe I could put a board down and I don't know. She don't wanna. I got her about balanced. So if anybody's wondering, fifth hole back on the manifold hole and fourth on this side with the transmission, and about balance is perfect. Maybe not once we get it out there. It might be hanging up on the car. All right, that was enough of a break for me. I'm gonna tinker with it a few more minutes and see if we can get her out. Well, I stopped being stubborn and we're just pulling it off so we don't screw nothing up. Problem is the pin don't want to come out. Like the only thing on the whole car that didn't want to come apart. Nah, there was a few things that fought us. A pair of needle nose would probably help right now. Hold on, I'm getting it. Woo, there's the pin. Does this just come out now? What do you mean? What do you mean it still don't come out? What else holds it in? What? Do I gotta take the whole thing off the side of the transmission? That's freaking crazy if I do. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna cut this and then I'm just gonna weld the dang thing back on there. That sounds brilliant. Thank you, I know. See, what the problem is I hooked it too much in the center of the thing and made it even. Wait. If I would have just hooked it in the front, all the counterweight would have made the back of it tilt down. Oh, we're making a mess. Well, the fluid in the transmission looks amazing. We were doing so good on not making too bad of a mess. A little coolant here and there, but of course. But look at it, it's coming out pretty freaking clean. So that's a plus. Yeah, I didn't cut it, so you'll be happy. I put a board in there, we're about to get it out. So you just freaking hang tight. We're almost there. Oh, one more freaking lift to get over. One more. Freaking, I need a rag. Almost. I won't lie, usually I won't pull a motor and tranny together. I'll just take the time to take them apart. And that's why. It's a pain in the butt. Well, like I said, if you're curious, that's where to hang your chain so the thing hangs about even. It's fine. It's fine. Look at this header. You would have thought that it would have been smashed in a lot more than that to clear the freaking steering gearbox. But that's it. It was just that little bit. I remember putting headers on stuff when I was a teenager, and man, would we have to beat the heck out of them to get them to fit. So that's cool. At least we don't need another pair. It does have a little flat spot down here, but I don't see no holes through it, so a win's a win. I'll throw some rags down and clean up my mess. And yeah, this thing's nasty. So I don't well, I haven't had it run in a while, but with the way this is so nasty, I'm gonna say maybe the intake gasket was bad. I don't know. The valve covers weren't leaking. I believe I put new gaskets on them when we were doing everything. And I don't believe it was coming from in between, so I'm gonna assume it was running down here somewhere. That silicone pointing out there. Either way, it won't hurt to throw some gaskets at it and some other stuff while it's out. Yeah, sweet, good deal. Win-win. Well, good morning. It's a little different in here. Did you think the car would fit sideways in the shop? I don't know if you can see it anymore, but back before we put the walls on the shop and I just had the concrete poured, we had a few burnout marks. And it was great for the people that come over that didn't know. And they'd be like, well, how did you do a burnout going into a wall? Well, that's how I did it. The walls weren't up yet and I had to have a little fun. Look, I found some metal. So at least we're doing some metal fabrication in this episode so nobody gets upset. This needs to be clean. We can't, this is just absolutely freaking righteous, nasty, disgusting. So I'm probably gonna pull the distributor out because, well, it's brand new and no matter what, I bumped it and we never tightened it down when we timed it. So either way, and I pulled all the plug wires. So either way, we gotta figure out where everything goes. So I'm gonna pull that off. I'm gonna order an intake gasket because, well, why not? We got it all apart. We might as well change it for the, what, 30, 40 bucks it cost. And we need to get some matching valve covers on it eventually and paint it, because I'm not an orange person. It's just not my favorite color at all. Or red or yellow, or to each their own. And then I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna build an engine stand out of this metal. That way she's not just sitting on the ground. And look at, I found these old beat up wheels. These two are steel, but they're turnies. And these two have a rubber coating on them. But I greased the heck out of them yesterday because, well, as you can see, they were pretty freaking rusty. But I found them in a bucket of water, so we might as well use them, right? So we'll get this thing cut down somewhere. I'm not sure of my design yet. I haven't sat down long enough to think about it. Sometimes I don't really think about stuff. I just go for it. So I don't know. Maybe we'll cut it here because we got a cross beam right here. So we'll just cut it here. Same thing down here. And then we'll have two long pieces. And then we'll cut them here, here. Same thing at the top. Boof, boof. And that'll be our side. And that'll make us a rectangle. And then we'll build it off from there. Now, as you've seen, this engine has motor mounts front and back. So you got two of them. Where'd they go? I don't remember where they bolt onto. Right here. So you got two motor mounts back here on the bell housing, which those ones are broken. We'll have to get new ones. And then you got two of them up here on the engine. So this engine stand will have to be redesigned when we go to put a different engine on it, because like I told you before, most of the engines have their motor mounts right here, at least on all the stuff I played with. This is probably the oldest car that I've actually ripped apart to restore, make better. All right, enough of me yip yapping this morning. I got to get that to the center of the garage. It's going to be too much work to get it out of the garage, so I'm going to get it right here. Hey, I got a question for you. What's your apples? Hold on. Start over. What's your absolute worst smell that... Hey, I got a question for you before we get going. What fluid do you hate the most? Me, it would have to be rear end gear oil. The stuff that came out of this was surprisingly super clean, but my garage absolutely reeks, and it's been 2 days since I pulled this engine. I even soap and watered the floor and scrubbed it. So, but that's what I hate, and then probably transmission fluid next. I don't like gas either on my hands. That stuff don't come off. Either way, what's your worst smelling product that you don't like the most? So I know some of you got to be curious, because I was just a wee bit curious. But we got 3970010 on the back, and on the front we got K1213TJA. And, well, the old Google gods are telling me that it appears to be an engine from November 12th, 1973, cast Chevy 350 cubic inch engine intended for a 1974 truck, usually paired to a manual transmission. So, with that being said, I think we got an old Chevy, probably square body 350 with a 4-speed. I don't really know. I don't know that much about this stuff, but that's what the inner gods say, and usually they're pretty accurate. Let me ask you though, why are the numbers upside down? Like, I don't know. Never mind. Nothing to worry about. Squirrel! Whoop. Look at, I got help today. The brother's out here We're just putting a bolt back in here because I took it out thinking that if I took that out, I could pull the shifter out. But, well, you all watched, that didn't work like that, and, well, I just pulled the whole thing through the floor. So, we got her pretty well stripped down. I found some old nasty spark plugs, all sorts of different ones. That way, once we clean it, we don't have to worry about water getting in there. And then when we paint it, well, we don't care about these spark plugs, and we can use our new ones and put them back in and save on that money. What else? Oh, what do you think about our janky engine stand? Yeah, she's pretty safe. I've been waiting to show you this. Watch. For any of you that are worried that we screwed up the manifold studs, look at this. So I think I'm gonna start pulling engines like that because that worked awesome. Hold on, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Yeah, that's the new way to pull engines. So we're gonna get this sprayed with some stuff and start cleaning it. And we need a water pump because, well, I don't know, she was overheating since we got her running. And, well, look at it. I'll show you. Look how green this antifreeze is. I mean, it was clean. And look in here. It's nice, well, what you can see. It's nice and clean in there. It's not all nasty. So the coolant passages and everything were really nice. So we're just going to replace the water pump while we got her all out and we're cleaning her up and stuff. So that's your update. Well, here's the color it's going to go. Low gloss black. Why, you ask? Because, well, I had pretty much a whole can sitting in the cupboard. Maybe if it's not enough, I'll buy a different color. Probably not. I'll probably just buy another can of low gloss black. And instead of wasting my money on freaking engine degreaser and all that, we're going to try, well, I got 2 different flavors. Why? Because, well, they had 2 different flavors in the dollar section at the Dollar Tree. And for $1 a can, $2, that's going to clean our engine up good, is what I'm trying to tell you. I know. Doesn't oven cleaner work when the oven's hot? Yeah, but it also says you can do it cold. It says overnight and something about 6 hours. I don't recommend leaving it on that long, especially if you get it on the aluminum and stuff like that. It will corrode your stuff up. So make sure you clean it off and you rinse it off. You're better off putting it on there and 20 minutes later rinsing it off, see what it did. And if that didn't work, maybe try a little longer session because that stuff is corrosive. Ask me how I know. Yeah. Okay, so make sure you rinse it off when you're done. Don't do what I do unless, you know, you don't care and you want to take a chance. While I'm at it, I'm going to do these 2 cans up because there's a little grease buildup on it. And I think we got an ideal for them for some other project. Not this, something completely different. But while I've got all the spray out and everything. All right, enough of me yapping. I'm going to get them things shooken up and we're going to foam this old girl up. So which one do you think sprays better? Look it. Citrusy, lemony scent. Great for freaking ripping through the layers. Well, that one sprays like, well, mists it, right? Oh, you can hear it? Can you hear it foaming up? Ready? We'll spray the other side. You can listen with me. Whoop, whoop. You should wear a mask because this stuff absolutely stinks. Or don't. That's up to you. We're all adults. Make your own decision. Let's see what this can does. I thought one of these was like straight foam. Poof, they stink. Well, it's been about 20 minutes. Look at this. Yeah, at the dollar store. I got $3 invested so far. And, well, this is just some water and soap in a bucket. And, well, look at that. That's freaking awesome. Oh, working good, huh? It's taking that stuff right off. I'm not gonna scrub it crazy, just a little bit here and there. Maybe we'll spray a little bit on for another coat quick. But we'll probably rinse it off with the water first and then maybe spray another coat on. I like the little can better. I think that one sprayed way nicer. Yeah, that's gonna look good. Now you probably don't have to scrub it, but just like anything else you clean, you know, you scrub it, helps get the bubbles and stuff inside, and helps break it up a little bit more. I will tell you though, engine paint, well, you could just about paint over this stuff. No, I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying you about can. That stuff's pretty crazy. Spray paint is what I'm saying, right out of your freaking parts store. That's good paint. Might need another layer up here, extra grease. The housing's looking nice, just the back of the engine block. I think the intake was leaking. Well, I'm gonna get this scrubbed down and sprayed off with a hose. That cleaned up good. How can you beat that? $3. 2 cans of oven cleaner and $1, I don't know where I put it, $1 toilet bowl scrubber. All from the Dollar General dollar aisle. Yeah, still $1 each. Alright, I guess the next step for now is to start mocking this engine stand up, I guess. Alright, let's get her done. That don't look bad at all. Oh, so I've decided that I'm just gonna weld this up like this. I was gonna weld these up where the engine mounts would fall, but after I put the engine back in this car, I'd like to use this for a different engine. And like I've said before, I don't get many of them where the engine mounts bolt up to the very front and the very back there. So with that being said, I'm gonna make it like this, and if it seems like it's a little weak, I can always add another support across here later. So now that we're all up to date, we're all up to the same speed. Well, check it out. That's gonna be awesome. And we're gonna be able to steer it. Win-win. I'm trying to debate if I want to take these valve covers off. Because, I mean, they're all pitted and nasty. Now, a little trick you can do is you can take a Brillo pad like you'd use in the kitchen sink and you go grab the ones your wife uses. I like them better because they're already compacted with soap and suds. And you can actually scrape a lot of this. Maybe we'll do it just to show the people that don't know that you can do that to chrome. Like, it'll still have some of it, but it will make it 100 times better. Well, we'll say it'll make it 90% better. But look at them. I don't really care about them. So maybe I'll just leave them on there and we'll paint it with them on there. I've painted engines with the valve covers off. Obviously, you're not going to sit up here and spray all your stuff down and completely drench it with stuff. So if you get a little bit of spray in there, it's okay in my book. Don't listen to me, though. You do you. I'm just letting you know. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Should we paint the tranny the same color? Probably. You never see it anyways. I was thinking about painting a different shade. Nope. Nope, we won't make stuff difficult. And the intake. Should I just tape the edge? Look, they painted it with it on. See? I'm gonna pull it off. But right now it's on there and everything's covered up. I don't know. I gotta think about it for a minute. What we're gonna do, let me tell you, I spent like an hour and a half scrubbing these freaking engine mounts. And I forgot to look up new ones last night. I used another can, well, a partial can, and these things are absolutely disgusting. But they're in that bucket and they've been soaking. Those are the broken mounts for the back, but I need them for now at least to set it up before we get online and order a new set. And these are the fronts. So I gotta wire wheel them to try to get some of the paint off, but I mean, it was like a freaking inch thick of grease and grime, and I freaking about scrubbed my fingertips off last night trying to get the grease off my hands. Okay, let's get to work. Well, hey, a little trick so you don't lose your stuff. Just take an old box and cut a bunch of X's in it and, well, jam your stuff in. Look, I saved 10 bucks on welding wire. Why it was on sale, I don't know. I don't know if you'll believe this or not, but I swear to you, these bolts were all like literally hand tight. I put the freaking Allen key on it, the little thing, and it was just like literally, I was about to be able to take 8 of these bolts out by my hand. The tightest ones were these 4 in the center. Which, that looks wide open, right? This is my Allen key. I don't have the old L-shaped ones. I do got a bucket of Allen keys over here. But they're all freaking straight too. So, you know what they say. One bolt, turn the whole job into. What I'm trying to say is that this bolt, I've spent more time trying to figure out how to get it out than I did to take the rest of the bolts out. And this is like a pure stainless, like a true stainless. You ain't, I tried. You can see my little marks here and there. I tried to hit it with a hammer and a screwdriver. I was like, the rest of them were about loose. Well, 8 of the 12. I'm telling you, this whole episode's about janky stuff. Janky engine stand. And well, look at it. I got it loose. And I found some Allen keys, you know, old school regular ones. But none of them fit. But if I jam both of these small ones in here, I was able to get it to turn. You see, I was trying to vice grip it. I was trying to hit it with a hammer. Oh, sometimes you gotta think outside the box. See what I mean though? After they're loose, they're loose. Oh, that's cool. At least we got it. Well, I noticed we got some water in there. Must have sunk through the breather. Usually on an intake, you usually get pretty lucky. Oh, we barely had to hit this one. Usually just tap it with a rubber mallet or something. Mallet, whatever. Oh, hey, I know a lot of you like to make fun of the way I talk and my words and stuff. And then some of you really, you really like it, you think it's funny. That's just how I talk, y'all. Don't worry, me and the wife, we've been talking about it. I think we're gonna eventually take all these made up words that I just randomly throw out there, and we're gonna make a dictionary, a Square Max dictionary. Yup, that'll be pretty freaking cool. I could see right through. Look it, that's probably exactly where our freaking oil is coming from. What? It's not even sealed. It's clean, like it's nice. I guarantee that's where the oil leak was. Well, we'll find out when we put it all back together if it's not leaking no more. Figure we might as well pull the fuel pump off. So I ordered a new fuel pump and I got a new gasket kit coming, and we got new engine tranny mounts because, well, they bolt to the transmission back here. So they should be here. But they won't be here for this episode, so we'll have to play with that on another episode. And this fuel pump was actually working, so we'll put it in the maybe pile, and we'll keep it in case we have to do a will it run on something, and you know, we want to save a buck. But while we were on there ordering stuff, we figured we might as well just throw one in the cart because it was cheap enough. Now, I didn't show you yet, but look what we found. So it's probably a good thing we pulled this apart. It's not too bad in there. I mean, it's pretty freaking clean for the most part, but can you see those? Yeah, well, it's actually one. It's broken half, and it should go in there. See if you can see it. Oh, they're hard to see. Either way, it's a lifter snap ring or something, retaining clip, I don't know. But it's missing, and that one's missing, but I don't know where that one is, unfortunately. So we'll cross our fingers and hope that's fine. But I think what we'll do is, I don't see why I can't put one of these in there instead. As long as I got the right size. So if that works, sweet. If not, I don't know, I couldn't find them online. I'm sure they're on there, I just didn't look hard enough. So maybe I'll just buy a new one. They weren't that much for a whole lifter. That's your update. What else? Well, that's it. I gotta wait. I can't even get the mounts. Like, I ordered them all and they were actually pretty cheap. It just, the parts store don't have them, so I had to order them online. So I have the other one of these. And I have the other one of these. That's just a sticker. But look at, I also got this old pair of these. And these are actually indented into the valve covers. Now, they need a little bit of work, but so do those. And I think I'd rather have these ones on there. So I think that's the choice. And obviously we need to do something about that because this thing couldn't even breathe through that thing. We'll put it in the pile and save on it because, well, we don't throw nothing away. We're not hoarders, we save on stuff around here. So think about it, that's probably about perfect height to put it on the new engine stand that we're building. I left the sketchy stuff off camera, that way you guys don't yell at me, but we got the gas tank out. Hey brother, you wanna grab that side? I think we'll, here you, I think I got a longer reach. You grab this one. Ready? Up, up, up. Oh, watch, it's not wide enough to go over the whole engine?
Yeah,
yep.
spark plug.
What do you mean? I'm good?
Woo! No plugs.
Just missed it. Come towards me. Just, whoa, easy. Nice. There we go. And now we'll build off of that. That's sweet. See if we can get this back under here quick. Oh, that's quite a bit we gotta lift that. Oh, you hold the front. Hold the engine still. Oh. A little more maybe? Nope. It's hitting shifter. So perfect. Shake test. Okay, let's not shake it. Perfect. Check that out. Looks pretty sweet. The wifey's grandpa way back in the day. Unfortunately, I didn't get to meet the feller, but he had a Getty garage. So the wifey painted that up in memory of him. We're going to fill it with sand, and she's got another one she's going to do up with something else, and we're going to fill with sand, and they're going to be the new door stoppers that hold the garage doors open. Pretty freaking sweet. Well, you didn't think I was going to leave you high and dry, did you? We're going to do a little bit of CAD designing. Well, I made this piece without you because it's freaking hot here and I didn't feel like wearing a shirt. And what guy wants to watch another guy work on cars without a shirt on? So, with that being said, I made some box tubing. And I'm going to try to make it, I think this is about in the center from all the measurements I took. So, we're going to try to make a CAD design. And I think, see everything? I think, I'm not sure how to do this to get a nice angle on it. What do you think? We'll drop it like, hold on. I think that will work, something like that. What is that? It's about 2 inches. Just bear with me for a second. I don't really know what I'm doing. So, that don't look right, does it? I don't know. Let's try. We'll just take our little scrap piece and hold it on the back side. Retrace it. We'll use our first straight edge. Boom. Yeah, it's supposed to cool back down next week. Hopefully it does, because whoo, is it hot. I think something like that. Something like that'll work, right? You guys see? So this is what we got. Yeah, it's a funny shape, but I think it'll let us hold on, I'm trying. Thing's fighting me. I need another hand is what I need. Thumb's in the way. Whew. That was a lot more work than it needed to be. Whoop. Give me a second. I'm trying to concentrate a little bit. Y'all been working on your projects? A little bit here, a little bit there, and stuff gets done. It's always easier to cut a piece of cardboard than it is to cut metal. Look at that. That'll work good, yeah? We'll weld that up on there and put a little flat plate on the top, and then we can always drill a hole and put a nut in there if we want. Let's see if it fits the other side. That's the real test. Ooh. I think it'll work. So we'll get two of them made up, trace them over onto a piece of metal, and well, it's coming out pretty good, huh? Look, she's all in there, so that's sweet. Oh, I don't remember if I showed you, but I got that clip in there, and I don't know if it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work because it don't want to come back out, so that's a plus. Oh, look at that. It's not bad, huh? It's a pretty freaking nice cut. And then this end's got a weird angle to it, so that'll sit something like that. I'm just gonna weld a washer to the top of it for now. See, nothing crazy. Oh, what do you think? We could probably turn this in the future. We could probably turn this into a little run stand. That would be pretty neat, and it would be awfully useful. I'm trying not to weld solid beads because that way I can cut it back off. I probably should have made it so I could bolt them pieces on, but that would have took a lot longer to drill and all that other stuff, and then I'd have holes in this thing. Yes, I'd be able to remove them and put them to the side in case I ever did another Tri-5 or an older Chevy or something that had the mounts like that. But it'll be fine. It's nothing to worry about. We'll remodify this when it's all done for something else, most likely, because, well, we don't throw nothing away around here. So I'm going to get to work and get welding those in place. And yeah, I'm running out of time this week. And, well, it's supposed to storm tomorrow. So that'll be a great day to edit. Oh, look. You like my fix? Yeah, I got a little zip tie in there just to hold them together. I'm going to run a little freaking piece of metal from here to here just to hopefully hold it together. Like I said, I got them on order. They're coming. I forgot to order a water pump. Dang it. That's fine. That can go on the next order. This one might work, but there was a reason that she was overheating and everything else seemed fine. I guess we could put it in and see if it's pumping anything. Probably not. I'll probably just put a new one on it for what, 40, 50 bucks? We might as well. Okay, enough of me yapping. Can you tell I'm over it for today? But we got to get this done so we can finish this video. I don't really know how to label it. Do we label it engine pull with a thumbnail of the engine coming out like this? Or do we label it as homemade engine stand? Man, sort of took a twist, didn't it? Okay, back to work. Oh, wait, not back to work yet. I didn't show you. I gotta put some clear coat on it. But the wifey finished. Alright, oh yeah, that's Maxine. What? Looks so cool. They're gonna look good. Fill them up about halfway with sand, and they'll hold my doors open, and I won't have a freaking tire holding one and a rim holding the other. They will look much better. Like I said, I'm gonna dose them with some clear coat, so hopefully it saves them, but not bad for a quick freaking. She's talented. All right, now I'm done. Hey, real quick, I just want to thank you all for coming and watching me every week. Like, it truly means the world to me. I never thought I'd be a YouTuber, but I greatly appreciate it. I really don't know how to thank you all, but thank you. I also appreciate the ones that comment, that like, that share, and that hype. What's the thing with the hype? I can only hype on a cell phone. It's so weird. But either way, thank you. I also want to thank Tom. Tom sent in a new sticker for the sticker wall. Yeah. And we got to thank Mark. Mark sent in a sticker for the sticker wall. And Mark sent in a whole bunch of stickers. Mark, I hope you don't get mad, buddy, but I'm going to sign these and I'm going to stick one of these in every order until they're gone. I don't want to put more than one of them on the wall. So, like I said, I hope you don't get mad, buddy. Hey, you got one coming back to you. And Mark also sent me a little John Deere keychain, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to put that on my tractor because, well, my tractor's a John Deere. And thanks for the freaking welder holder, bud. That's super cool, and it's magnetized. That ought to come in handy. Maybe it'll save my torch end. And then Kenneth, man, this thing's super cool. I've never played with one of these before. It's a mini sheet metal cutter. And I've cut some sheet metal in my days, but I've never played with this little design, so I can't wait to play with that. But y'all are going to have to come back to see how that thing works in the future because, well, we're not doing no rust repair this week. But that's fine. We'll be back on it. Don't go far. We got lots of 57 content. We greatly appreciate everything. Hey, Kenneth, I can't send you a thank you letter, man, because I don't have a return address. But thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Tom. And thank you, everybody else. All right. That's it. I mean, back to your scheduled programming, you know. Show on. Look, I got a little trick for you. Look at. Well, I can barely get my finger down in there to hold it like you can, but... And the wrench is nice, but if you put the sock or the nut in there, it's just going to fall out. So, you just take a little bit of painter's tape. Something so simple. And we're just going to put it down in there. Yeah. And we're going to take one of these. Yeah. Hold on. We're going to take a double washer here. Boom. Then you slide your one in there without the tape on it and tighten her up. I know, it just makes life easier. What do you think? Thing came out pretty good, huh? I welded it up, but I didn't weld it all the way around. I have to decide if I'm going to use this as a run stand or just the engine stand. The reason I say that is if it's just an engine stand for this engine, like I said, I want to be able to take these back off, so the easier they come back off. What I mean by that is by weld all the way around, that's a lot more cutting I got to do to get them off. So if I'm just going to use it for a stand, I'm going to leave it alone. If I decide that I want to use it for a run stand, well, then I'll weld them all the way up, all the way around. I can get the tape back off. That blue painter's tape's pretty good stuff. I don't know why I painted the motor mounts. I got no clue. So I've decided I think I'm going to paint it that semi-gloss black to give it a coating. And then I'm going to buy a can of gloss black because, well, that's the color I want to go with it. So that's the color I'm going to go with it. And then I want to do the accents on it. Satin black. I know, it'll be subtler. Is that the word I'm looking for? I'm sweating. I'm just... If this video is a little short, it's because it's extra hot. And yeah, I got AC, but it's sort of pointless when you're welding. Don't get me wrong. When it gets even hotter out down here, I will have that AC on, even with the doors open. I don't care. But for right now, I don't have it on because today was one of them funny days. But next week it's supposed to be freaking cold again. Winter's not over yet, it's just playing a trick on us. There we go. Oh, do you think it's gonna hold? I guess it's time to pull it off of the actual stand. That thing's pretty freaking snazzy and it's pretty stout. Probably come out the other way better, go on the other side. Well, let's see if this comes out. I don't know if I can lift this. It's probably stupid. I'm probably gonna poop my pants. We're still leaking antifreeze. This is the one I don't think I'm gonna be able to get, buddy. Ready? Oh yeah, hurry up. Woo! I don't want to spill antifreeze on you. Yeah, nah, thank you. I didn't really want to eat the antifreeze. I don't think it tastes good. Well, there we go. Look at that. Oh, my back. Little video next week. Max blew his back out. No, I'm fine. I'm not that freaking old. Knock it off. Thanks, man.
No problem, Max.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Freaking ride the horsepower! Woohoo! Oh, man. That's going to be the thumbnail right there. Well, everything seems to be turning nicely in here. All the push rods go up and down. Nothing looks bent. She sounded good when we had her running. I'll put a little clip of her doing a burnout quick right here. Huh? She didn't sound bad, no? I thought she sounded pretty good. And I was just playing with her. She wasn't warmed up or nothing. Like I said, she overheated, so I never let her run too long. I'm just setting everything back on it. You know, we got to get a visual of that, and I'm waiting for gaskets and stuff. So instead of it sitting completely open in my shop, well, we'll put a couple things on it and make it look a wee bit better. Yeah? I wonder if we can steal that grommet for the other side. Them birds are chirping today. How many of you like the long studs? Do you like the long studs or would you prefer the short ones? I sort of like the way the long ones look. I was always a spiked lug nut kind of guy though, so. To each their own though. Yeah, that valve cover is going to look much better on there. That's just my preference, I think. Who knows? Maybe I'll come across another set. I might have more. I got a square body out back that I was putting parts in for years. And I sort of forgot all what's in there. These are 883 heads. Did we talk about that yet? I don't remember, but I'm sure a couple of you might be a little curious. Are they good? No, they are what they are. I've been told they're freaking heads. They work. When they work, they weren't good. So, what do you think? That engine stand came out freaking awesome. I'm pretty happy with that. So I think I've decided I'm just gonna weld them up. Not in this episode. I don't have enough time to keep going this week. I gotta get done and edit my video and get it uploaded so y'all have a video. Plus, we got a lot of footage already. We did a lot of work. We pulled the whole engine out. We built a whole stand from scrap metal laying around. It didn't cost us a penny. Well, maybe 2 Sawzall blades, a cutoff disc, 2 of them, because I stepped on one right after I freaking turned around and stepped on it. Crack, it was garbage. So 2 cutoff, freaking less than $10 we have in the whole stand. So that's pretty sweet. So I'm gonna weld them solid and we'll build a front to it eventually and put the radiator up here, and well, what I'm trying to tell you is we'll probably start this thing on the stand eventually when we get all the parts that we ordered for it. And make sure that it's running and there's no leaks. Then we'll put it back in the car. Well, you know, we'll paint it first. But then we'll put it back in the car. This is what's gonna make it look way better. Oh man, I think we just got lucky. Like it just misses the freaking... Woo! We designed it perfect, is what I'm trying to tell you. It's just gonna miss the freaking back mount. Yeah. It's freaking awesome. Hopefully they sit flat. They look like they're good. All right, I won't lie. Orange and black would look really good together. That just looks like you're ready to go for a freaking ride. You better buckle up and put a helmet on. That's already looking cooler. All right, it's growing on me. I'm still painting the engine black. Look how close we are. Now it'll gain a little bit. It almost looks like we built the stand specifically for the headers. That's freaking awesome. I mean, that we did. We test fitted them and all. Look at this side. Ready? I'm gonna... You see it? It's got a gap. Now it'll be a little bit better once we put the freaking gasket in there. It'll give it just a wee bit more. Not a lot, but a little bit more. But still, that's cool. All right, what's next? What's next? We might as well throw the water pump and the fan on real quick. Plus it gets everything off of my counters and it helps me clean the shop up and keep everything together. So let me grab that real quick. So we could probably take the back of this apart, and I probably will after I buy a new one. But either way, I'm going to replace it. Whoever put this engine together the first time definitely bought a dress-up kit. Came with all stainless Allen key heads for all the bolts. Stainless or chrome, I'm sorry, chrome. Timing chain cover, chrome pulleys. I like the fan. A lot of chrome dress-up stuff. I'm gonna paint it because it's corroded, and once you put everything on, look how much you actually see. You only see a little bit down there, so we'll probably, like I said, probably paint that once the time comes. There, she's almost mocked back up. Almost looks like she's ready to go back in. I hear you. You need an alternator. I know. Dang it, I did it again. I thought this was slotted so I could just, yeah, never mind. That's fine, only takes a second. And then, what do we got? How did this go? This way? Something like that. Maybe. Don't remember. Probably had a washer. Maybe it didn't have a washer. Huh. Well, we'll put a washer on our final assembly. But for now, nice. What we got? Oh, hold up. Yeah. Forget about the little breather, right? Yeah, that's good. And we need the oil dipstick. How you gonna check your oil? Look how clean that is. Like I said back in the Will It Run, I don't think the fella ever really had it running real good. Especially seeing as we fought with the distributor for so long, and well, the carb plate wasn't sitting down all the way. It was hitting on this little bracket. We cut it, but the carb wasn't sitting down. They had like 5 spacers in there. I don't know. It was a good episode. If you didn't see it, go back and watch it. And if you did see it, we'll go back and watch it again. Ain't nothing wrong with watching an episode more than once. What else do we got? Well, I'm not going to put the starter on, and I'm probably not going to drop the Dizzy down in. I did throw some spark plugs in just so she's, I guess the cylinders are protected. She's going to sit in the garage, so. But, yeah, that's sweet. That's sweet. I'll tell you what, if you got cats, well, I filled this box up that we used to hold our intake bolts with every other bolt that went to the motor. So that way we'll have them when we come back to it. If you got cats, it's well worth spending a couple extra dollars and getting the cat litter that comes with this freaking tote. Man, I love this tote. Our old cat, he's 13 or something now. He won't use a litter box. He'd rather go outside. Our Maine Coon would probably rather go outside too, but the problem with him is he gets lost because he'll get distracted. But we're gonna be able to put everything inside here. It'll all be watertight. It'll stay nice and clean. And we'll have everything for when we get back to it. We won't have to worry about it. Oh, I did end up putting the starter on. It was just easier, and I didn't want to put that greasy thing inside this bucket with with my nice distributor, because the distributor's still clean and new and nice. But that looks like everything we should need there. And then check this out. I designed the engine stand. Yeah, I designed it with this in mind. Ready? What? You didn't design that for that. Yes, I did. How you gonna tell me I didn't? Look how nice it fits. Yeah, it's all snug in there. Can't go nowhere. That's what I'm saying. I did too design that. So, what's next? What's next? What's next? There was one more. Oh, I've been meaning to show you this. I keep forgetting. Give me a second. Okay, look. Real low basics. Use any flavor you want, but they're already packed with soap. That's why I like to use them. And I'm sure the wife won't miss them. See all that? It's freaking, well, it looks disgusting, don't it? Okay, this is all you got to do. Stuff a little water, get your little pad, and watch this. Right in front of your eyes. It won't make it perfect, but it'll make it better. This one's pretty bad too, because I could feel it. You could do this to rims, bumpers. I don't know how well it'll clean this one up, because this one's, well, you can hear it scratching. It is rough. But we'll see. It might make it a little better. I'm not telling you go do this to any of your vehicles. I'm just showing you if you got an old beater and you want to make it a little better. Well, I mean, that wasn't the best example because these are so heavily pitted, but give me a second. We'll try one more scrape through. Well, look. You can tell the difference. Now something that ain't so deep, it'll clean it up even better. Hey, real quick, did you hear SquareMaxMerch.com released a few new shirts? They also got a few new stickers. We also got It'll Be Fine shirts back in. And of course, we always have the OG ones we've had since the start. We appreciate all your support. This week, we're gonna give away free pens. And that's gonna be for the week of Thursday to Thursday, from when my episode airs on Thursday to when my new episode airs on Thursday. So for anybody that spends 20 bucks or more, we're gonna throw a free pen in this week. We appreciate all the support. We appreciate all the comments. I appreciate y'all just coming and watching weekly. Greatly appreciate it. You guys encourage me to keep coming back and making more videos. I'm trying to talk to you and, you know, tell you some stuff, but like, all I can think about, could you imagine a little rear end behind this and a little front end? Like, we could get the radiator up there and stuff. Maybe some, I don't know, the steering. I'm sure we can figure out how to make steering work, but, I probably wouldn't have no leg hair left. Well, we could probably put some pegs out, almost like a motorcycle. A little dually rear end, or a super single, real fatties. Oh, maybe an S. Oh man, the ideals run through your head. Oh, all right, I gotta get off this thing and stop thinking about these crazy creations, because we got a 57 to work on, and we definitely don't need to start on another project. Check them out. Ain't nothing real fancy, but for any order over 20 bucks this week, we'll throw one in. They're right, nice. 20 bucks or more, you get a free pen. We appreciate it. Also, don't forget, any order over 20 bucks gets a free magnet. Collectors. Why are they collectors? Well, because you can't freaking buy them. You gotta freaking get an order. And you get one per order. So, what do they say? Try to collect them all. No, I didn't say that. That's probably trademarked. Let's not do that. As always, our stickers. And then the beloved sticker wall from all of our lovely fans. We appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming back every week. Alright, that's it for me. I gotta go get this edited. I'm freaking dying. Peace out. Rock on. I'll see you next week. Thursday, 5 o'clock every week.